All right, dude. Yeah, let me just grab a few things for the video. Just grab my EDC and whatnot. Hey, man, you ready?
Yeah, dude, I'm almost ready. Okay, I've been kind of stressed. I'm working on it, getting there. Um, oh my gosh. Okay, I think I'm good now. Yeah, I think that's usually what I have on me.
Hey, welcome everyone. My name is Parker Clough,
I'm Austin Paxton.
and this is our YouTube channel for the Ascension Project. Me and Austin have been friends for a while now, and we've really bonded over our obsession of guns. And so I remember one of the first times that we hung out and talked to each other, the topic of guns came up, and it just really went downhill from there. So ever since then, we've gone shooting a bunch. We've hyped it each other about the different gear that we've been buying, and over time, as we've bonded over this, we've really thought about not only documenting our journey in guns, gear, training, and all of that, but we also just wanted to be able to share what we've learned over time with as many people as possible. I will admit we don't know everything. We're not these experts that's gonna know the answer to every single thing or know every piece of equipment out there, but we are passionate about, like I said, guns, gear, training, and if we can benefit someone by talking about things that we've learned and things that we're continuously doing to better ourselves. That's kind of what the purpose of this channel is. We're both dads, young families, and so one of the things that's most important to us is providing and protecting for our families. Hopefully we are never put in a situation to where we have to utilize the gear that we have here. But the whole purpose is to consistently improve and look at ways that we can better ourselves so that we can be the best providers and protectors out there as well. Anything else you want to add?
I think Parker nailed it, man. I mean, like he said, we're just dads trying to get after it and do our best, and we're really passionate about this. If that's something that you're interested in, please subscribe, share with your friends. We're hopefully in it for the long haul, man, and we're really excited to be here. So welcome to Parker's Garage. Stoked today to be going over just our everyday carry. Before we get into that, we kind of wanted to chat about how did you get into guns? What made you really invest in this? I'll pose a question to you. What made you get into guns, Parker? Were you born with this autism or was it gifted to you?
Yeah, this was an autism that I developed over time, for sure. I remember all growing up, my grandpa used to take me shooting.
Cool.
We would just go on little camping trips up to the cabin, and we would shoot at, soda cans with his little revolver. I can't even remember what caliber it was, but I remember being really stoked shooting a gun for the first time. And then fast forward, one of the first Christmases with my wife being married, my father-in-law actually bought me a 22 handgun, which is I obsessed over that thing. I could not wait to go to the range to shoot it. I just wanted to go shooting all the time. And then I would go shooting with other people, and they had 9mm, they had ARs, they had all these other guns. And so I was like, wow, there's so much money that I can spend, money that I don't have. But yeah, that's kind of what got me into it. And ever since then, I've been adding things into the arsenal, the kit, and it's been really fun. It's something that's, I've poured thousands of hours into YouTube videos and just content, and I just love absorbing it all. So yeah, what about you?
Dude, same. I grew up shooting. My dad, when I was really young, I want to say 10 to 12, he gave me a 22, and it was old school wooden frame, single fire, bolt on it. And he would always tell me that about how it was his dad's and how his dad grew up in New Mexico and how that's what they did for fun was him and my great uncle would just go out and shoot rabbits, and that's all they did. So I still have that 22.
Bashing.
Yeah, yeah. And they'd tell me all the time this 22's killed more rabbits than you'll ever see in your entire life. I'm all right. I don't know if that's a flex or not, but yeah. I still have it. I'll give it to my son one day when he's old enough. And yeah, I grew up shooting. My dad had gifted me guns, but I didn't really end up getting into it until I was around the time that I got engaged to my wife. Funny enough, she had a stalker, and so I went and I bought my very first pistol because of that.
Thanks, stalker.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. It was some horrible pistol I don't even have anymore because I really didn't like it, and I just got something cheap because I didn't know. But you know, that's put me down the rabbit hole like every dude. I like binge watched Grand Thumb videos in my mom's basement for hours at a time, and like had panic attacks about like how am I going to afford a plate carrier. You know how it is. But yeah, since then, like we've come a long way, and my wife has gifted me a gun that's here on the table. And then I've obviously expanded my repertoire.
Yeah, and I think you touched on a really good topic. Is like the first gun that you bought was crappy. You don't even have it anymore, and I feel like that's a mistake that I made. Right, the first AR that I bought like a red dot off of Amazon because I'm like, who cares? It's $20 and it's going to be just fine. I threw that thing away within a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like those kinds of lessons that like sometimes people. I mean, you hear it on other channels as well. Like, you know, you want to buy quality things in certain instances and whatnot. But if we can share those kinds of experiences with people and, you know, help them save some money, because the site that I have now, I didn't just buy it for what it was worth. I bought way more because I had multiple sites before that point. And then I realized, man, I need to get something way better and more quality. So
yeah, I mean, the saying goes for when you're doing construction as well, you measure twice and cut once. And if you just apply that to the same thing, man, it's life-saving equipment at the end of the day, and you don't need to skimp on it. And trust me, the stuff that is more expensive, it's more expensive for a reason. Granted, there's, you know, nuances to that, but yeah.
So I'll go ahead and get started. Just, you know, the purpose of this video is to kind of start with the basics, and a lot of things that people will start with is, you know, everyday carry items, like what you have on you for different kinds of scenarios. Obviously, again, like I said in the intro, like the hope is that we never have to use this equipment in any kind of scenario, but it is important that you understand your equipment and that you know how to use it if the need arises. And so we'll just kind of walk through the equipment that we have. So I'll go ahead and get started. So first of all, the thing that goes pew. This is a Canik Mete MC9 Mete. I don't know. But really big fan of Canik. I did a lot of research. I'm the kind of person to where, like, if I want to buy something, I will do hours and hours and hours of research. I will read reviews. I will watch YouTube videos. I will watch comparison videos. And obviously, you know, Glock has been around for a while. SIG has been around for a while, but going through the research, I really liked what Canik had to offer, which is just like an optic ready pistol that is reliable, that has, you know, a couple extra features, and it comes with a lot of stuff too. It comes with like extra tools for like switching out the grips, for it has extra plates for the sights as well. So that's kind of what I decided to go with. And one thing that I really like about Canik, I'll talk about it, you know, when we go through our full kit. But I do have a full-size Canik as well, and what I really like is that the full-size magazines will fit into this concealed gun as well. So if crap hits the fan, I lose these magazines, you know, I can still utilize this handgun. So I really like it. The standard magazine fits 12 rounds, so 12 plus 1. And then there is an extended magazine that fits 15 rounds. So decent amount of capacity. Obviously, it's double stacked. One thing that I really like about this standard magazine is it does have a little like pinky extension, and so when I'm holding it, the grip is not quite long enough for my pinky, but when I put the magazine in, it really gives me a full purchase on the handgun. So even though it's small and it really doesn't like print very much on my person, I really like how much capacity the magazine has, and the extended magazine as well. So really big fan of Canik. I'll probably buy more from them. Just now that I've bought a few guns, I kind of want to keep it the same, but who knows? Maybe someday I'll get converted. And then the sight that I have on there, it's a Swamp Fox red dot sight. I actually, funny story, I got this for free at Utah, the shooting convention. I was going through, they have optic companies and suppressors, and Swamp Fox had a booth there, and I had just got this gun like 2 weeks before. So I went up and, you know, I told him the gun that I had and I want to get a red dot at some point. So he let me shoot a Glock 43 that had the same red dot on it. And I was like, yeah, that's sweet. And he's like, all right, gives me a box. He's like, here you go. I'm like, oh, sweet. And he's like, yeah, you can keep it. So yeah, I got it for free. Really cool. I've loved it ever since. I really like that it has a big MOA red dot on there. That's really easy to find. So yeah.
Sweet.
there's my handgun.
What's your holster that you use to conceal that? And do you do like appendix, or how are you usually concealing?
Yeah, good question. So the holster that I use is from Havoc Holsters. And so again, when I purchased the MC9, I didn't want to, it was one of those things where it's like, I don't want to just buy a concealed carry gun
Yeah.
and then not have anything to carry it in. So I almost like had to like just save up and wait a little bit longer to get it to have enough money to buy a holster as well. And Havoc Holsters, really the only reason at the time that I bought from them is because they were the only holster at the time that had a mold for the MC9. But nonetheless, like I've loved this holster so much. They have a lot of different like attachment options. So they have like a clip if you want to wear it on like basketball shorts or like sweats or whatever, which I never do, but cool for you. But I also really like that they have like an additional wing attachment so that it really pushes the gun into your body to prevent from printing. So Havoc holsters, really, really nice. I just currently have the holster for the gun. I have like a little extra, like this came with my stop box, a little like extra magazine holster. But if I do end up getting like a dedicated extra mag holster or magazine holder for the extra mag, I'll probably go with Havoc holsters as well. So with the holster, I really do like to carry appendix. I feel like that's most comfortable for me. I have tried it, 3 o'clock behind, and I just don't really like it. And especially with the wing attachment, I feel like, it's easy to get to, and it doesn't print very much at all. And so I've always carried appendix, and it's the most comfortable for me.
Cool.
So moving on, anytime where I can't have my gun on my body, for example, like if I go to the gym, I do have just like a simple fanny pack that I'll be able to pack things into as well. So I'll just have my gun in my holster, throw it in this back pocket over here, and then have my extra magazine in a different pocket as well. And then I also do have this little EDC kit. It has like nail filer, Q-tips, it has matches, different things that you might need in like a wilderness scenario. Am I going to need it like in the city if crap were to hit the fan? Maybe, you never really know. So that's why I throw that in there as well. But yeah, for the most part, I'll have my gun on my person. And then I do have just a knife from SOG Terminus. I don't even know if that's the brand name, but
I like it.
Yeah, it's a pretty slick knife. So I like having it on my person. And yeah, that's my everyday carry, primarily just a handgun, but we like to add things in as we go too. So.
Sweet. And then when it comes to everyday carry, it really helps to have like a reliable belt, especially when you're like holding up your gun. So
Yeah.
Do you have a specific belt that you use every day that you like?
Yeah, I have one that I like. It's called the Groove belt. So it's not like a carry specific belt, but it is incredibly sturdy and flexible enough to where it's not like cutting off circulation at the hips.
Yes.
And so I've definitely like. I had that belt primarily, and then when I started carrying with it, I actually had to loosen a decent amount to accommodate for the holster and everything. The one thing about carrying every day is like it's not comfortable, right? Like no matter the I mean, hey, if you have a holster out there that's the most comfortable thing in the world and it's almost like not wearing anything,
dude, contact me now.
Yeah, tell us because I will try it out and I will review it. But for the most part, like carrying just isn't comfortable, right? It's, you literally have this mass, pretty sizable mass, more so than normal,
right?
That you have on your person. And so like, just like being able to bend over, like with us with young kids, like picking up your kids, like sometimes it just jabs you in the gut. So it's not the most comfortable thing in the world, but I will say that having like a quality belt that's like sturdy enough, but also flexible enough to keep it from moving around and everything is also a really good investment. I know some like old-fashioned people will say like get a nice leather belt, right? Just a nice leather.
45 is the Lord's caliber, by the way,
because there's no 46. Yeah.
Speaking of belts, we'll talk about mine. I've got the Blue Alpha Gear. It's just a concealed carry belt that has like the plastic belt buckle, and so it's Velcro, and it just kind of like goes around, and you can adjust the length, which is cool for me because I bought it when I was fatter too. And so like it still works. It's a little bit longer, but like it still works for me. And the plastic clip is pretty cool for if you appendix carry and you have like one of the like sidecar style holsters. To preface this, where we live, it can get super hot and it can also get super cold. So I feel like I have two different sets of concealed carry. where one of them is like, wow, it's so hot and I'm going to wear basically like no clothing. And then others where it's like, I have pants with a belt loop or shorts with a belt loop and I can wear like my pistol.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I guess I'll go over both. First, with my belt, this is my gun that I use for shooting. I guess like my duty rated gun. This is a Glock 19. Had some work on it. I got the Surefire 300X, Trujicon RMR. Got raised sights and like a slide extender, extended mag release, flared mag well, stuff like that. And the great thing about the 19 is that it's not necessarily like a compact gun, but it's not a full-sized gun. And so I can still conceal it, and I feel comfortable doing that, even with the flashlight.
Every day with the Glock. Yeah, with the Switch too. You know how it is.
So I do have the sidecar. This is a Gen 1 sidecar. The newer ones have like the little pin in the middle so it can like pivot and rotate. Honestly, seems pretty nice. I might have to pick one of those up. But this thing has been doing me really good. So Glock, an extra mag, and then with the Terran Tactical extender on here that puts me at like, instead of 15, it's like 19. I don't know. One of you knows. You can tell me. This one has the plate, but it's not an extender. So with both of those, I got a ton of ammo in here, and it's really nice. When I was doing research about what pistol I wanted, I heard a bunch of different guys on the internet say that if they were to pick one pistol that they could just open out of the box and then carry and know that it would be reliable, it would be a Glock. And that really struck like a chord with me. So I liked it. I grew up, like I said, I grew up shooting, but the guns that I grew up shooting weren't always like the best guns. And so I was kind of over that. And I just wanted to get something that I knew would work every time for me. I went with the 19. I like that I can use it for concealment. I like that I can use it for my shooting belt as well. And it just builds that repetition. I'm really comfortable whipping it out and getting the the sight picture and everything. I like that it fits the light and it's just not obnoxiously huge. So I really like that. I also have a little outside the waistband holster for concealment, also from T-Rex Arms. This was all pre-drama, T-Rex Arms, might I add. Lucas, we love you. So yeah, this goes through like any belt, and yeah, it goes on the outside. I usually wear it in the winter if I'm like bundled and I don't want to appendix carry, or honestly, I wear it hiking a lot. When we go hiking, we live like on a mountain pretty much, and if I go hiking with my wife or my kids, there's like a pretty decent chance that you'll see like a
cougar.
Okay, straight up, yeah. Actually,
they're everywhere in Utah.
They are everywhere there, and I like this for hiking. So I don't have to put on like my full freaking Safariland holster and everything. This is great.
And there's two kinds of cougars here in Utah. Let us know what you think is scarier.
As far as ammo, I just carry my guns loaded with Hornady Critical Defense. It's the hollow point that has like a little wax in it. That's my concealed carry ammo.
So if you're able to, pick up a Glock 19 or a similar size, and you feel comfortable, concealing it, but then you can also use it as like your duty gun as well. What's nice about that, and like I said, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's just like you're just maximizing the repetitions that you're doing with that gun. You're not having to practice with this gun and then also your concealed gun. And so I'm sure with that practice, you've just become way more consistent with like not only draws, but manipulations and everything as well, right?
Yeah, I would say so. Honestly, if I could go back, I probably would just buy a Glock 17 because it is bigger, but it's not that much bigger.
Okay.
And I'll be honest, if you're like a dude that's like relatively in shape, like you're going to
like
have
this guy?
Not even, but like, and that's even more to the point. Like I'm not shredded, but I don't have a hard time concealing this. And the same thing with like a 17. It's not that much bigger and you can conceal it.
Yeah.
People don't care. Like people aren't trying to check to see if you're printing at the grocery store. Like you're going to go to Walmart on a Tuesday afternoon. Dude, no one is paying attention to you because they're too busy minding their own business and shopping. They don't got the same autism that we do, checking every door, making sure that everyone that comes in isn't a threat.
Where's the exit?
Yeah, where's the exit? Like mentally dry firing on everybody. Don't do that. Anyway, maximize value, guys. Like we get it.
Just dry fire in the store.
The lines are too long. Practice in the store. You got Mantis, right? You can do that. No, but really, like we get it, dude. We're both dads with like young families and small kids. Like I don't have an infinite budget to buy every cool pistol. I'm gonna maximize value if I can. If my like gun that I take to the range can be the same one that I tote around all the time, excellent, dude.
Yeah, awesome.
like I said, when I'm carrying this, it's usually when I don't have my fanny pack with me. And when I'm doing that, I don't know, man, maybe it's stupid, but I like to be redundant. So I usually carry a knife. I just have, this is a Benchmade Adamas, I want to say. I like Benchmade. They're really well made. It's really high quality steel. It's freaking sharp. And I really like the locking mechanism that they have. So I like that. And then I'll usually carry a multi-tool as well. Whether it's this one, which is the Leatherman Signal, or this one, which is the Wave, it doesn't really matter to me. This one, I don't carry as much because it's really special for me. My wife gave me this for Christmas, and the blade is even engraved. So I tend to be more careful with this one, but I like to have a dedicated knife and then a multi-tool. Where I work, I do a lot of tech stuff, but I use a lot of hardware too.
Mm-hmm.
And so the amount of times that I've got to run wires or take something apart or just like do something like that, a Leatherman is invaluable to me. And I always have a multi-tool on me. I also have a smaller Benchmade. This is the Bug Out, and it's just way thinner. It is a lot lighter. The frame is carbon fiber, and this knife is great too. It's extremely sharp. I already cut myself with this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that covers the knives that I carry. I mentioned that sometimes it's just super hot here and I don't wear like pants that could support carrying a pistol. It is what it is, man. You wear some like drawstring gym shorts or whatever just because it's hot.
Yep. And
you still want to carry. That's where this comes in. This is a Glock 43. So this is a subcompact handgun. It's chambered in 9mm, and it carries 6 in the magazine, 1 in the chamber. So it is not a double stacked magazine. This is a single stacked mag. Similar to what Parker was saying, I do have the mags that have the little pinky hold. That doesn't necessarily give you more ammo, but it just gives you more purchase on it, which is pretty nice. I have 2 with the pinky and then 1 without it. So if I'm just going to be like running this thing in some little shorts, I usually just put it in this. This is just a holster from We the People. Mm-hmm. It's a pretty simple Kydex holster. And yeah, toss that in there. If I do want to, like Parker said, go to the gym, like go anywhere that I just don't want to like put a gun in my pants, then that's where the fanny pack comes in. Yes, it's multicam and it's kind of like loud about like there's probably a Glock in here. Mm-hmm. But again, if you know that, you're probably a dude with a Glock in your pants too, and I could care less. Like 100%.
Like you're not going to have some Karen that sees that and it's like, oh, he's probably got a gun in there. Yeah. He's probably like, she's probably just wondering like, oh, okay, it's a fanny pack. Like probably got snacks in there.
Yeah.
Which, do you?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
If anything, I'm just embarrassed that I'm wearing a fanny pack. It's pretty great. This is a fanny pack from, I want to say that you pronounce it Eberly stock. I don't know. Eberly stock, probably. That's probably how you say it. Anyway, it's awesome. It is designed for concealed carry, and it's been great for me. So it has a pocket where I usually just keep like my wallet and stuff. Then it has a main pocket where I keep a bunch of stuff. I'm a dad. I got a lot of crap in here. Advil.
Classic.
Yeah. This is actually personal protection gloves and a mouth shield that I got from being CPR certified. CPR certification stuff. So that's cool. Headphones. And then chapstick. I have a notepad and a pen in here. I have a ton of Band-Aids in here and like a charger for my phone. So it's great. You can carry a bunch of stuff. And the cool part is, like I said, it's made for carrying a pistol. It has a little Velcro loop that you can put your holster through and it retains it and then you can draw it from there. So that is how I can carry a lot of crap on top of the stuff that I've showed here. So you guys have probably noticed that both of us have these stop boxes on here. As a dad, it's something that like is invaluable to me, man. I cannot imagine ever having an incident where like my kids get into my stuff. So always have somewhere to store your firearms safely. Store the ammo and the firearms separately. You just never know, dude. You think that your gun's going to be safe really high up, and then your kid, when you're not paying attention, learns how to climb like Spider-Man. Stop box, any sort of safe. We both have stop boxes just because it's easy, and they honestly had great deals that our wives liked for Christmas, and they're great for that. So
the last thing, or one of the last things that we want to talk about is really just like tips around carrying every day. Like we mentioned earlier, it's not the most comfortable thing in the world, right? It takes some getting used to. But some things that I learned as I started carrying is like try not to bring any attention to your gun. So like the best that you can, like the best holster that you can find that will like lessen how much it prints is very ideal. But also like, don't be adjusting it in public, right? Like if you're in the grocery store and you're like grabbing your midsection, like moving around, first of all,
It's a bad look.
bad luck.
Women don't respect it.
First thought people are going to have is probably not that you're moving around a gun. So, but so like, don't go adjusting it. Like, yeah, it's uncomfortable. It's like, you know, that's just how it is.
Yeah.
That's the kind of the con of having a life-saving, you know, item on you at all times.
Yeah, carrying a gun shouldn't be comfortable, but it should be comforting.
Mm-hmm.
It's there in case you need it, 100%.
Exactly.
I'll add also, just be intentional with what you are carrying too. Like, it works for you. If you work at an office, you're not carrying like an 8-inch fixed blade every day concealed in your butt crack, dude. Like, you don't need that. Is it cool that you have it? Absolutely, I want it. But like, you don't need to be carrying it every day, man. Just like, take stuff that makes sense for you and just live your life.
Yeah. This is what we have found works for us. You probably noticed, like, neither of us have the exact same things from the exact same companies.
Yeah.
Like, we each did our own research. We each came to a conclusion of what we liked and what worked for us. And so, you know, you can come to that conclusion yourselves. Yeah, so one thing that I learned with concealed carrying is, especially in the car, like having an appendix, like it can also be uncomfortable. But I just like having it available. So one thing that I'll do is when I put my seatbelt on, I'll actually like lift up my shirt and put my seatbelt behind my holster, and then I'll put my shirt back down. So if I ever need to use it in the car, I simply just like lift up my shirt and I don't have like the seatbelt like pressing against my body or like keeping me from grabbing it. So like that's just like one thing that I noticed that I was like, man, like this is just a really easy fix. And like obviously, again, back to the same thing is hopefully that's never going to be a case where I will need to use it in the car or anywhere else. But it's just like, be mindful of like, if you do need to use it, what are some ways that you can make it as easy as possible to get access to it and utilize it if you need to?
Personally, for me, my car's headlights don't work, so I just drive like this.
Yep.
And when it gets dark, I just go like this.
Mm-hmm.
I get a lot of compliments.
Yeah.
Especially from the police officers. Sweet, guys. That's a wrap on our overview of our everyday carry items. Again, if you have any questions about stuff we talked about, if you have comments, tips, concerns, compliments on Parker's beautiful body, please comment down below. Be sure to like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok for any future stuff. And this has been the Ascension Project.